what is the main focus of the programs that are held here?
So originally the center was created in 1972, and its purpose during the 45 plus years we've been here is basically to support Chicano X, Latinx students, and specifically in making them feel comfortable here at USC, that they belong here, but also ultimately their academic, their leadership success, and also giving them a chance to really explore more who they are and their cultural identity here on campus.
Immigration seems to be a major part of the Chicano community, and I have a few questions regarding the subject. So, what are some, what would be a possible reform of immigration in the immigration system, so that way not anyone can get in, but also that families aren't separated?
I would say that it's such a big, complicated question, but I think what's lacking is that the government and President of the United States and all these folks, in particular Republicans, are not working closely with Democrats and other folks to try to come up with solutions, because these are very complicated problems, you know. It isn't like just a quick thing. So I think that really needs to happen. But I think most importantly, what's happening now isn't okay. It's horrible, you know, detestful. It's something where basically we're not thinking about people as people and treating them as animals. So definitely what's going on right now is not okay. But there definitely needs to be folks coming to the table, but on a more equal level. And unfortunately, right now, the way the government and the president is handling things, it's not like that. So we're at a tough time.
Um, what are some What is your take on the zero tolerance policy and the detention camps? Because by what I know is that they're not necessarily concentration camps, but they're slowly getting to that state.
Yeah, I mean, I think, it just depends on what it is that we're hearing. But the long story short of it is, you know, the president and the government is saying that we have these problems and we need to detain these people. And then on top of that, we need to separate their families. And so the reality is, the reality is that a lot of these people are the ones that helped the United States in order for us to have an economy. And the United States is these people. It is immigrants. It's built on immigrants. So I think a lot of people would not agree with their stance on that. And then on top of that, on top of them not being the problem, they're actually part of the solution. The fact that we're treating them like animals and separating them and literally having no heart for human beings is really what is at the core of this issue. But unfortunately, the administration, the president, is wanting us to be angry and wanting us to fear immigrants. And we need to do everything in our power and a better job of contradicting that message, because that message is a lie and it's wrong.
So what can we do to lessen the fear of the influx of immigrants that are coming into the United States?
I think we need to voice our opinions. We need to call people out when they make outlandish comments and are racist, which happens all the time. There's all these people, what are they, Permit Patty, and all these, mostly it's been white women who have taken upon themselves to be racist. So I think it's a tough thing to do. It's not easy to call out people who are racist, but I think we need to do that. And we also need to back up our us calling them out with facts, right? And making sure that we're coming from a place of intelligence and not ignorance. Also, this coming weekend, there's going to be a protest held here in Los Angeles, but actually it's happening across the country, and it's about bringing families together. So I think that will send a huge message to the country and will be an opportunity, when people carry their signs, when people are interviewed, or when people go, hey, why are all those people protesting? Hopefully some people will understand that basically the government and the president is lying to us. But it's very difficult. I think the other thing I would say is this is a longer thing, but this is part of the reason why I'm in education. We need to do a better job educating our American citizens and anybody else who's in our country and comes to our school on what really is the truth and what really is going on.
So what are some ideas or because how you mentioned earlier about your students and like that is a difficult time.
Yeah.
How would you reassure them and like how to react upon this difficult time?
Yeah, so I think it's twofold. I think one is we definitely are planning some programs and some things and some spaces that we're going to create in order to allow students to speak their mind and to kind of really get a lot of things off their chest. But a lot of it is us doing it in partnership. So we'll be waiting to hear what they say, where they're coming from, what they're thinking, what solutions they want to do, and then we can work together to figure out how we can do that here at USC and also like broader. The other thing too is we have students that are undocumented who aren't immigrants, and we have a club called Ideas at USC, and they're for undocumented allies. And so at SC we have undocumented students, and their level of their fear is way bigger than anybody else's because they don't have documentation, they don't have papers. And so we definitely will check in with them and see what we can do as a university to make sure that they feel supported. And some of the ways that that happened last year is that from the provost of the university, which is just one below the president, memos were sent out to the entire university saying what I'm telling you, that we're going to protect our undocumented students. But I think there's still more specifics and more details that need to be carved out. And that's part of what our students were kind of hoping to hear. And our students are also wanting to see a dream center built here at USC. So those are two things that I think we can work on for this upcoming year.